All right, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you for the applause. I really appreciate it. Couple of announcements before we get to our joke. You're already supposed to have according to the schedule, which not only was on Remind, but also on Power School. It's right here. It said April 1st is a down day. April 2nd, what are you supposed to do? Worksheets over Lenin handout, 3 sides. So here's the handout, and here are the 3 sides. I tried to cut down. I actually took Fatima out of this section so that it would go faster and I could spread it out more. So, and also took some worksheets out. So Lenin was front and back and front. And so the goal was that you'd hand this in by noon on Friday because you'd work on it on Thursday. So today, Friday, what are you supposed to do? And actually this is Thursday night for me. Well, according to the calendar here, you're supposed to do 2 things. One, you're supposed to do the front side of this worksheet. Okay? Pretty simple. Worksheet 10. And so that's one side. And then both sides of this sheet right here, the one we're doing right now, Note Worksheet I over Lenin. And on the back side just continues. We're just going to do this. I'm hopefully going to go fast. Again, you are in charge of pause. So I'm going to hopefully keep it moving. That's my goal. So then it says here, that's what you're supposed to do today. And so hopefully that schedule will start making sense. So now, without any further ado, or Mountain Dew, okay, we're going to ask our prime student here. Alexa, tell me a joke.
2 atoms are walking down the street when suddenly one says, "Oh no, I think I just lost an electron." The second atom asks, "Are you sure?" The first atom answers, "Yes, I'm positive."
Get it? Positive? Yeah. All right, that was one. Good joke if you're in physics, I would say. Anyway, sorry about the volume on there. As you saw, I was adjusting it. So, let's start right away. Excuse me, I'm going to go to the other side. And here we go. There he is. Look at that handsome devil. He was bald before bald was in. Okay? Yeah. So let's start with these years. 1870 to 1924. And what centuries is that? That's right. The 19th and 20th century. So get that put in there. Hopefully I'm not in your way. The second way, what is his nationality? Look at that guy. What would you say? Not a German because he's not hairy. So his nationality is Russian. He's actually a Russian from Russia. Go figure. Okay, then religion of his parents, Russian Orthodox Church. Okay, I don't want to really get in the way of him because he's so handsome looking. He's looking right at you too. So that's the religion of his parents. What was his occupation? And for the few years he had a job, lawyer, and most of the time he was a revolutionary. But we got his 2 occupations right there. And what was his real name? His real name, which I hit the wrong button, is Vladimir, and I've actually heard this pronounced before, and I'm not going to go that way. All right, Vladimir whatever, all right? So let's keep going. His famous book, The State and Revolution. The State and Revolution. Oh, the other one for number 5, but did he have other Alice's? Actually, he did. He had many more names he went by because he was a revolutionary. He didn't want to put his real name out there when he was doing writing because then he'd get arrested. Famous quote, "A lie told often enough becomes the truth." I've been quoting this, but I always forget who was the one that said it. It was our friend Lenin. "A lie told often enough becomes the truth." Ain't that the truth? Get it? Anyway, that's his quote. Number 8, when Lenin was he born in the proletariat, the workers, or the bourgeoisie? Wait. Oh, there's another one. This is a fun one. One man with a gun can control 100 without one. That's right, people that researched China, which is communist right now, which goes by the same rules. When the virus was taking over, the first thing they did was move the guys with the guns, the army, to safety so they wouldn't be infected. Because if you're communist, you like the one man with the gun and the 100 that are unarmed. Okay, stop this if you need it. Pause it because we're going to the next slide. Oh, there it was. Middle class family, so we're going to call him bourgeoisie. Okay, sorry about that. Number 8 is bourgeoisie. There, you're not going to get to see him anymore, so just look at that face. Here we go. You can pause it. Another one. He was nobility by birth. Oh, I didn't know that because, you know, that's part of feudalism is to be noble, and that's terrible. Oh, wait a minute. Number 9, Lenin was born into a middle-class family, supposed to be a middle-class family. He was also a noble by birth. That is number 9. Number 9 is right down here. Alrighty? So now you can pause it. Now we're going over. Here we go. Lenin was a good swimmer and ice skater. That's number 10. You know, if you're from Russia, it's probably good that you like winter sports, you know? What made Lenin into a radical? His father died in January 1886 of a brain hemorrhage, which doesn't have nothing to do with this. And in May 1887, a year later, when Lenin was 17 years old, his older brother, Alexandra, whatever, was hanged for participating in an assassination attempt against the Tsar, Alexander III. Okay, I made it easy for you. We're on number 12. What 2 things pushed him to become a political radical? And by the way, he was 17 at the time. So answer number A right away, or letter A. And so the first thing, there was 2 things, and I have the easy answers right here. So in 1887, just a year after his father's death, his older brother, eldest one, meaning the older one in the family, was hanged for participating in an assassination attempt against the Tsar, Alexander III. Then you're going to put down his older brother was hanged for trying to kill the Tsar. Okay, that's one of them. You have this room over here to write it. So write that. The second one, his sister, you don't need to put her name, was arrested with the brother and then banished to the family estate. So I just put it this way. His sister and brother were arrested. Okay? So those are the 2, and you can actually below A, there's room below that too. So again, for number 12, he was 17. 2 things is, first of all, his older brother was hanged for trying to kill the Tsar, and his brother and sister were both arrested. Okay, and obviously they're arrested for radicalness, trying to start a revolution. So it's kind of in their blood. So anyway, that's number 12. Pause it if you need it. And remember, you need to write down in 17, this line right here, and this line right here. Okay, you're pausing, I'm moving. We're at 13. So, these events helped transform Lenin into a political radical. During this time, Lenin was also influenced by the writings of George, whatever that guy's name, and most importantly, Nikola, I wish I could pronounce that, in 1860's novel, What Is to Be Done? And so number 13 says, what is the name of the novel that influenced Lenin? The name of the novel is What Is to Be Done. What is to be done. That's what you should be writing down. So you can pause if you need it. We're going to 14. 14 says, Lenin graduated from secondary school with high honors and enrolled in Kazan University. That's right, Kazan University, where Tarzan went to. Oh yeah, Tarzan went to Kazan University. but he was expelled, he was expelled at participating in a demonstration. Probably not good. So Lenin went to which college? Kazan University. Kazan University. And why did he get expelled? Chewing gum? No. For participating in a demonstration. You see a little red dot going back and forth? That's where you're going to put. So you can freeze. I'll go really fast. It looks like a red line there. So you can pause it if you need it. Here's your two answers for the last two. We're moving on to number 16. Was he able to finish his studies there? The answer is, oh, wait. Yes, he retired to the family estate, but was permitted to continue his studies away from the university. He did it online. That's right. That's how he was able to finish his studies. He just got on the internet. He obtained a law degree in 1891, right when Pope Leo XIII was writing an encyclical, which he probably hated, by the way. Okay, so was he able to finish studies? Yes. Did he get his law degree? Again, the answer is yes. All right. Number 17. Let's keep going. We're having fun now. Wait. Look who's in the corner. Young Lenin. Look at that. He already lost his hair. Man, life is rough. No wonder why I became a radical. All right. 1893, Lenin moved to St. Petersburg, Russia. By this time, he was already a Marxist. Whoa. And admirer of the German writer Karl Marx. I guess if you admire him, you're a Marxist. How about that? And was his associate with Friedrich Engels, that believed in internal revolution. So where did Lenin move to in 1893? Oh, St. Petersburg, Russia. And who is he a fan of? Marx. He had a big poster on his wall. You know, kind of like I have posters in this room. He had a big poster of Marx on his wall saying, I want you. Okay? Now, number 18, 1893, he was only 23. He was already a Marxist. Yes. Yes, he was 23 at the time. He was already a Marxist. Right there. See that? Already a Marxist. That is number 18. You guys can pause it. I'm moving. Lenin practiced law in Volga River port of Samara for a few years. Most land ownership cases from which he developed, political insight to the Russian peasant social economic conditions. So he's working with them on land cases, because he was a lawyer. Okay, so number 19, where did Lenin practice law? That would be at Volga River of Samara. Yeah, how's that? I should have had 3 lines. Sorry about that. Volga River of Samara. I don't know why I did that. Okay, that's number 19, Volga River of Samara. The other one, how many years did he practice law? Few years. Bald guy. Few years. All right? And are we to number 20? Yes, we're 20 is the next one. Let's see if it's down here or it's going to be over there. If it's down here, you're okay. Otherwise, you have to pause it. Remember, you're supposed to write Volga River, Samaria, few years. Here we go. Yes, a new one. By 1893, Lenin also became a revolutionary by profession. Oh, we're not answering it yet. The organization he founded, there it is. The League of Struggle for the Emancipation, big word, of the working class. While you write that down, I'll be so kind as to repeat it. The League of Struggle. The League of Struggle for the Emancipation of the Working Class by Lenin. Thank you. Clap, 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 clap. Okay. Which was an organization of socialists. Go figure. Alrighty. So, That's it. What's in italics right here is what you need to be writing down. It's really big print. You can see it. You can pause it. Number 21. When was Lenin arrested? Arrested. He's such a good guy. He's bald. Well, on December 7th, 1895, Lenin was arrested for plotting against the Tsar Alexander III. Oh, what was he thinking? So when was he arrested? December 7th, 1895. Get that written down. I'm not going to wait for you. What was the crime? Plotting against the Tsar Alexander III. Start with plotting. Plotting against the Tsar Alexander III. Stop at the comma. You see the red dot? He was then in prison for 14 months in solitary confinement cell 193. You can go there and visit it if you maybe put a flower there. Of the St. Petersburg remand prison. All right? So there's your two answers, the date and for plotting against the Tsar. I'm thinking 22. What was the penalty? Well, the penalty was 14 months in solitary confinement. Right there. 14 months in solitary confinement. Sorry about that. That is number 22. So, this paragraph had three answers. The date for plotting against the Tsar Alexander III, and the penalty was 14 months in solitary confinement. And number 23, the latter part of his sentence was at, ready for this? You guessed it, Siberia. And actually, Lenin loved to send people to Siberia. It's cold there, freezing cold. You thought that it was bad on Thursday. Okay. Yes, he was sent to Siberia. And number 24-0, who did he meet there? You guessed it. He met his future wife, fellow Marxist, and that's her name, Nadezhda. And I'm not even going to go for that, all right? And you know who. Can't pronounce it because I can't pronounce Lenin's name. All right, here we go. And that's what he married. That's her name. And when did they marry? 1898, right there. And how long after Lenin was arrested from Siberia in the summer of 1900, he moved to Europe? He spent most of the next 17 years there, moving from one country to another frequently. So, number 25, going to jail. Where did he move to? Europe, right there. One word. All right, number 26, after Lenin got out of prison, what did he spend most of the 17 years doing? Moving from one country to another. Just moving from one country to another. Stop at another. Moving from one country to another. There you go. Write that down. Pause if you don't got it. All right, let me go down here. And Lenin expressed his Marxist ideal in what important book? Oh, we're on the back side. And that is What is to be Done. And we don't have the year there. What is to be done? That's the answer for number 27. If you don't, you can pause it. All your answers are there. I'm moving on. We're at number 28. We are burning rubber. Okay, here we go. When the leaders of the Russian Marxism gathered together for the first important party meeting in 1903, that's the answer. Number 28. The first Russian Marxist meeting was in 1903. This is fun. We're in 1900s. Number 29. 29. Wrong button. There was a clash of ideas between Lenin and more democratic workers. Oh my gosh, democratic workers, you don't want them party. That was promoted by Lenin's old friend, Luli Martov. And so number 29 is a yes or no. Was there clash at the first big socialist meeting? The answer was yes. Number 30, who held the opposing view? Sorry, Luli Martov, right there. That's what you're supposed to write down for number 30. So did they divide into two fractions? Well, yes they did. The disagreement over the nature and organization of the party was complicated by many other conflicts, and from its first important gathering, Russia's Marxists split into two fractions. And so the answer is yes. Pause it if you need to, because we're going to look at those two different groups. And here they are. Oh, no, they're down here. The majority one, which was headed up by Lenin, is the Bolsheviks. Right there, Bolsheviks. Number 32, Bolsheviks. They're the winners. So that's Lenin's party, the Bolsheviks. Everybody got that? Pause it if you don't. We're going to 33. We're moving up here to, there we are. The Bolsheviks and Bolsheviks, that's the other one. Number 33. Sorry, I should have underlined it. The Menshevits. Menshevits? I think I'm getting worse in my pronunciation. Not better. Anyway, there it is. Write that down. And the next one was 34. What two things did the two parties disagree on? They're underlined, okay? So this is a good one. How to organize the movement and other political problems. So we won't go into details. It'll just bore you, all right? So they didn't know how to organize it. So it's kind of a dumb reason, but they did it. They broke into two different groups. And of course, they didn't like each other. So 35, what's the exact date the next time Lenin would return to Russia? And I missed my button. There it is, November 1905. So apparently after this happened, he probably had to take off and go back to Europe, because there are probably some folks after him. So then he returns back in 1905. And number 36, why did he return back to Russia? Oh, look, I was smart, I put the question there. The answer is to support the 1905 Russian Revolution. So people, if you read it up in details, people were kind of antsy. They wanted to get rid of the Tsar. You know, the movement was get rid of feudalism, get rid of kings. And so that was going to happen. If the Tsar and the nobles would have done it themselves, there probably would have been no Russia. But they didn't. So he participated in the 1905 Russian Revolution. And number 37, who did the Russian people revolt against? I already said it. The Tsar's government. The Tsar's government. Remember the Tsar is Alexander III. Widespread revolt against the Russian Tsar government spread throughout the country. And so the people were more on Lenin's side, even though they didn't realize how radical he was. And number 38, how did it end? Did they win? There's a question. The government stopped it. They were able to get the army in there, and the revolution was not. So it's a long line just to put the government stopped it. 4 words, important words, and I think that might be circled too. So you can pause it. The government stopped it. Now we're going to go to 39. When Lenin traveled around Europe, what did he promote? I think I know this one. I underlined it. Thank you. I'm going to shrink now. This is me thinking, and here I am, way down here. Okay. Lenin traveled around Europe at this time, not working, but promoting socialist agenda. Wherever he could get someone to listen to him. Just going around, hey, want to talk socialist agenda? No, sorry, I'm not going to sit with you. All right, so the answer is socialist agenda, right there, socialist agenda. And I'm betting we're going to the next one, unless I put it way down here. So that was number 39. He promoted socialist agenda. Now we're at number 40. Yep, I was right. He met Anessa Arman. Anessa Arman in Paris, and wow, had an affair with her. I don't think his wife knew. Alright, somewhere in 1912. And where did they meet? Paris. Paris, of course. Eiffel Tower. Alright. And number 41, did Lenin have an affair with her? Yes. And what was she? Well, she was a socialist and feminist. she was kind of early on the feminism thing. A socialist feminist. And actually, if you study feminism and you study socialism, they have a lot in common. So she was both. And number 42, do some historians deny that they had an affair because that would make Lenin look bad? And the answer, of course, is yes, they deny it. But there clearly was a sexual relationship between Lenin and Anessa. And we have fragments of letters. That's what proves it. The number 43, fragments of letters that have survived because the Stalinists wanted to get rid of everything that might make Lenin look bad. Because Lenin had to be propped up as a hero. So from the fragments that people put together, they go, yeah, we're thinking this was more than just a friendship. So anyway, the answer is fragments of letters. Pause it if you need it. And I don't know if it's down here or up here. It's down here. Oh, this is where I got my, I actually, look at that. Huh. What's the word? Yeah, I noted where I got it from. All right, number 44 is right up here. When World War I broke out, most socialists supported the war effort. So the answer is, oh wait, number 44, what did most socialists support during World War II? The war effort. So they were supportive. They were good about that. But what about Lenin? He was a socialist. Only Lenin and the Bolsheviks did not. They opposed it. So did Lenin support it? No. And what was Lenin looking for? He was looking to rebel against all authority. He wanted all the workers and even the military to rebel against authority. Okay? So he was against the war. He said, no, 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 just do your own thing. So, 46, where did Lenin leave for during the outbreak? Well, as you can tell, that probably wasn't really popular with the people at the time of the government. So he lived in Switzerland during the war. 1914 to 1918. He was in Switzerland during the war. The war ended, as you know, in 1918. We're going to find him coming back actually in 1917. He attended several conferences of radical socialists opposed to the war. And that's number 47. Hey, we're getting there. Number 48, what was the name of his book in 1916? He read a large amount of literature on the Marxist ideal of state government and wrote a first draft of a book on the subject called The State and Revolution. 1916. The State and Revolution. That's your answer for number 48. Probably his most famous book, I believe, is this one. The State and Revolution. So put that down for number 48. Pause it if you need to. We're going to 49, okay? It says, when was the Tsar finally overthrown? I don't know if I got that or not. Oh, I do. And that is February 1917. February 1917. There is no 50. We're going to go to worksheet 2, but not now. I'm going to end this video with an applause, and then that's all you guys have to do. Scan it. Let's call this Your Name, Note Lenin. Your Name, Note Lenin, when you scanned it in, okay? The other one is just called X. Put your name in X, because that worksheet is X. And the other one, if you didn't do that, that should have said Your Name, Lenin Handout. It would have been logical. So hopefully you did that. All right, well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you know what your assignment is. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, Ron, I'm kind of getting some bad connection, but I am doing pretty good. I'm down here live in Purgatory, and we're now having our special on-the-spot interview here at MSM TV. And right now, we have these zombies I came here to interview, and we're trying to see what kind of torture they're putting these people through here in Purgatory. Let's see now. How are you zombies doing right now? Well, as you can see there, Ron, they're not real happy right now. And you know, in Purgatory, one day is like 1,000 years. 1,000 years are like one day. So, okay, let's go back to casino night and see what's happening there. All right, back to you, Ron. Oh, no, back to casino night.